Hello and welcome, sensational Scorpio. How are you all this month? My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com and I'm here to do your October horoscope. Well, the focus throughout the month is on your subconscious and also on your sign later in the month as the month proceeds. So happy birthday, all you early Scorps. Now, the 12th house, the house of the subconscious, is also known as the house of the goddess. This is the place deep down inside all of us that has the divine blueprint for our lives, the house of the divine. There's a big part of this house that is unknowable and there are no words to describe. It's just the house of being. It is what it is. So I can sort of talk around it, but really not get right to the exact point of what it is, because it is the house of the divine. So it's time to be quiet at different times in the month and really reflect on what it is that you want in your life, especially when later throughout the month different influences are activated in your first house of self. So let's look at that now. So the 4th sees Mercury, the 9th sees Venus, and the 24th sees the Sun going into your first house of self. This is all about your identity. You could rebirth or reinvent yourself. It's a new cycle of life, a new chapter in your book of life that you get to write. So it's time to set your intentions for the rest of the year, sensational Scorpios. So, it's up to you really to decide what you want out of life. And so some of the opportunities, that are there, it's just a matter of you deciding and going for it. You could be considering travel, new work, relationship changes for the better, whatever it is that suits you, that fits in with your authentic self, because now what's going to happen is you're going to go down to a deeper level of yourself so that you really understand how deep you go. How deep is the ocean? That's the sort of thing that goes with Scorpio, because you are very deep, and sometimes people even say intense. Okay, so that's not a bad thing. That's good. It's better than being shallow. Okay, the 5th sees Mars move from your 11th house of groups and associations into your 12th house. So you may have been quite social recently and now you're going into your quiet time, okay, which is fine. It's a great time to journal, pay attention to your dreams. Perhaps you'll become more interested in metaphysics, astrology, psychic readings, and different divination methods and different things to do with psychology. Perhaps Carl Jung may be interesting for you. Okay, he was a famous psychoanalyst, and he came up with a lot of fantastic theories that really, have a lot of basis in truth and reality. Okay, 13th sees the full moon move into your 6th house. Now, with this self-reflection that you're going to be doing during the month, you could also consider changes in your everyday work routine, and there could be changes around your health and well-being. So it may be time to have some massages, have a facial, look after yourself in that way. Also detox. If you're in Australia, the southern hemisphere, we're just come out of winter and we're going into spring, so it's an excellent time for detox. And if you're in the northern hemisphere, you've just been through summer and probably been going out and socializing, and still a good time for detox. So maybe think about, if you don't like exercise, think about movement. Change the word exercise to movement. Dance, walk, take your dog for a walk, every day. change your routine a bit so it suits your lifestyle better. Okay, so 27th, new moon in the first house of self. So you're feeling like a new you. It's a time of rejuvenation, a time to, present a new outlook to the world. So you may change your clothes, you may change your hair, makeup, and your appearance in some way to better reflect what is going on deep inside you, so you're more congruent with who you really are. Okay, so that's it for the astrology part of this reading. So I'm now going to have a look psychically for you, Scorps, and see what I can see for the month of October. Oh, wow. Well, things are just going to happen for you. Sometimes I see steps, like staircases, and you've got to take these action steps and be very proactive about doing things. However, in your case, it's like stepping onto an escalator and it just takes you straight to the top. Things will happen with little or no effort. So you just have to decide if you want to take that first step, because you'll kind of get swept along, and if it's on your path, your journey of what you want to do, that's fine. So just be a little bit discerning about what energy you get swept along with. But it's sort of effortless, okay? You would have to be very proactive not to do it. But I like that. Escalators are great, I reckon, a great energy there helping you along. Now, if any of you have had leg problems, there's some sort of healing going on there. I can see it's like taking the first few steps after you've been blocked or stopped from doing something. If you've had a car accident and you haven't been well, and now you're taking those first few steps. So that could be physical, but certainly spiritually for everybody, I feel like there's new tentative steps in a new direction. It's like you're on crutches. However, you are getting there. The healing is taking place and movement is there. So that could be actual, physical, or that could be symbolic, what I just saw. Now, let's have a look now in the cards and see what we can see for you. Okay, so I'll just sharpen that up. There we go. Oh. There we go. Grab the cards. Now, how I'm going to do this, Scorps, is a card for every week. So the first card we're focused on is the first week for sensational Scorpios in October 2019, and this one at the bottom. Okay, so we're coming up with the Three of Swords. This is all about mental activity, your thoughts, okay? Threes can involve other people. It could be quite a sort of social time. You see this heart implies there's some sort of relationship here and lots of thoughts about it. It's your job, if you choose to do it, to actually think, dissect, analyse and classify what is going on in your relationships, okay? It doesn't mean you do anything. It just means you sort out your thoughts with regards to relationships. Some of the things you may have to cut away. That's what swords are for. Dissecting and cutting out what doesn't suit you. Being really clear about what you want in relationships in the first week. And again, I go to the intensity that people feel around you. And so with that intensity, you're very powerful. So you have to wield your power appropriately. Okay, going to the second week in October for Scorpio 2019. And that one there, I want that one. Okay, we'll come up with the Ace of Wands. This is great, a fiery, inspirational new beginning for you in the second week of October. You'll see here there's some green, some new opportunities. You could be thinking about any number of things, a new project, a new work project. It could be thinking about relationships, but there's a time for taking action. Okay, so action is coming. So you'll be feeling the energy, and then you'll be taking action. This is also great in business, especially any sort of business where you need to be creative. You'll be feeling very inspired and motivated to, achieve whatever you need to achieve. This is a crown made of twigs at the top, and so nature could be involved. And you see there's hills here. There's a sort of challenge. A mountain can be a challenge, okay, but you've got the motivation. So something could come up and you're looking at it and you want to do it. You're feeling like you want to do it. So it's like, go climb that mountain, sensational Scorpio, and that will add to your life. Okay, third week of October for sensational Scorpio, and this one. Oh dear. Okay, be cautious here. This is being stabbed in the back, a difficult situation which is ended. So something comes to an end, and that's okay. It's time to let it go. You may feel hurt or wounded as a result, but do know it is only for a time, because here there are new butterflies, okay? If you're in business, it could be the end of a business arrangement or the end of a partnership or some element in your business. But that's okay too, because there is something new coming. Okay, there's action to be taken, because see, she's wearing red here. But you could feel particularly upset about what's happened. However, it is only for a time. Okay, it's not forever. And it's happening because there's something better coming. Believe me when I say that. Okay, last 10 days of October for Scorpio. Last 10 days, and we come up with the Knight of Cups. Your emotions rising up from your subconscious, okay? You'll see this lass here is riding a crayfish or a lobster. It is a lobster. So from the deep will come things that will be, there we go, that's better, I can see it clearly now. From the deep will come energies that we can make a go of something with. This is very emotional, but it's in a good way. This is time for socializing too. Go out and have a good time. Nights are about going out into the world and sowing their wild oats in whatever form that takes. So, that could just be a matter of going out, having a good time. You'll see here the lass is drinking a beer. You can see that. And she's got her hand out and she's explaining herself. Or she could have her hand out and asking for something, okay? And that's up to you. If you need something, it's always good to be able to ask and you shall receive. But a lot of activity here coming up from the subconscious. So, but yeah, go out and have a fun time after, everything that's happened. This is a sense of freedom around this card. So it's like something comes to an end and then there's freedom here for you, Scorpio. So it's a good thing it's a good thing that some things end sometimes, because they're not really necessarily congruent with our energy. Alrighty, so let me just do a psychic summary for you, Scorpios, for October. Yeah, okay, I've got two things. I've got a big treasure chest in front of me, things down there in your subconscious to be found, all sorts of gifts. You may find, if you've got a particular ability, like for example being psychic, this increases during the month of October. They're showing me now all these doors. There's like 4 doors and they're sort of rotating around in a circle, and you could have so many opportunities after you let go of whatever that thing is in the third week of October. There's so many opportunities. You just take a deep breath and don't race into the first thing or the first next person that comes along. Think about it first, okay? Because as I said before, you're setting the intention and setting the tone for the whole year during the month of October. So think about what it is that you really want. And, you know, if you want a long-term arrangement with something, then put that extra energy into that to get that, okay? Alrighty, thanks so much for watching, and please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you found it helpful, and share the video all around the world. I'd love that. That'd be great. Okay, stay tuned. I've got more horoscopes coming. Monday I've got pick a card, and I also do a lot of other different sorts of videos as well. But in the meantime, have a wonderful month, sensational Scorpios, and thanks for watching. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual.